If you want a pop of red in your garden, I have the flower for you. Welcome to Cathy's Eclectic Garden. I garden in Zone 6A in Northwest Ohio. Today, we're going to talk about Dragon's Breath celosia. I'm Cathy, and this is my garden. Today, I'm going to show you Dragon's Breath celosia. But first, let's look at celosia in general. It is a member of the amaranth family, and you may have seen it referred to as coxcomb or wool flowers. Blooming throughout the summer in vibrant colors such as orange, red, pink, and purple, white, and yellow, some varieties have burgundy or bronze leaves. I've grown orange, red, and yellow in my garden over the years. They can grow up to 3 feet tall and 2 feet wide depending on the variety, and celosia will not survive a frost. All varieties of celosia are warm weather annuals. There are 3 basic groups of celosia: cristata, or coxcomb, and it has compressed and unusually shaped feathery flowers that look like tropical coral. Spicata has a single flower stalk that resembles wheat. This group has the most limited color palette. The final group is plumosa, and it has upright feathery flowers that have a flame-like appearance. This is the most popular variety. Dragon's Breath is part of the plumosa group and produces bright red flowers and burgundy leaves. The botanical name is Celosia argentea. There are 5 of these in my new red butterfly garden. My plants were purchased locally and were about 4 to 6 inches tall. After digging holes a bit larger than the root balls, biotone fertilizer, pelleted gypsum were added before placing the plants. We have heavy clay in our yard, and the pelleted gypsum helps to loosen the soil. Mushroom compost was used to top dress after planting. It's recommended to fertilize with a balanced fertilizer once a month, but I always forget to do that. These were planted around the base of a water fountain, and some of the plants were splashed with water on a regular basis. Celosia don't like wet feet as it can cause root rot. To get the best flowers, they should receive at least 6 hours of sun daily. Some of mine did, and some were a little sun deprived, but they all still flowered well. This was one of the plants that did not receive full sun and was splashed with water from the fountain. It seemed to be as healthy as all the other plants. Celosia can be grown from seed, and I may try that next year. They need to be started indoors about 6 weeks before your average last frost date. You'll need to use a standard seed starting mix. The seeds require warm, moist soil, so you may need to get a seedling heat mat if you don't have one to get the best germination. Sow the seeds about 1/8 of an inch deep. Germination should occur in a couple of weeks. They will flower about 3 months after germination. Celosia plants are perennials in Zone 10 and 11, but are grown as annuals everywhere else. They don't need to be pruned. However, deadheading will promote more flowers. And if growing from seed, they can be pinched back to encourage a bushier plant. Celosia are easy to grow and require little maintenance. This dragonfly wanted to be in the video too. It was quite curious about what was going on and kept a close eye on us. Dragon's Breath celosia actually increases its leaf and flower production in hot, humid weather and prefers dry soil. And we had a lot of hot and humid weather this summer. As you can see here, I probably didn't choose the best location for this celosia. Not only do they get more water than needed, they also receive less sun than needed. These plants received less water and were only slightly taller than those in front. The tallest reached about 18 inches. They were positioned facing west and were shaded by a shed during early afternoon hours. Although being planted in a less than optimal location, I like how the celosia looked by the fountain and might plant it there again. But I will also consider a better spot for some next year. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something about Dragon's Breath celosia and add it to your garden next year. See you next time. Goodbye.